Hello, welcome. My name is Jonni-Lyn Friel and this is DoYogaWithMe.com. This is a wrist-free practice because sometimes we have times we can't practice with our wrists. So if this is one of those times and this practice has all the components of our practice in it, it's short and sweet, there's no pressure on your wrists, but you still get all the joy of yoga. So welcome and I hope you enjoy. Coming to stand at the top of your mat. Pressing down through all four corners of the feet. Unlock your knees, drop your tailbone slightly, bring your ribs in line with your hips. Press down in order to lift up through the top of the head and drop your chin just slightly. Hands coming towards the ground, strong arms, reaching your fingertips towards the ground. Tadasana, mountain pose. Bring your hands together in front of your heart center into Anjali Mudra, closing your eyes. We'll come to our Sankalpa here. Our Sankalpa is our intention. We set an intention before we begin our practice so that it's a container that holds us. So when we get distracted by shoulds or ways we think it should be, we bring it back to what's important. We come back to our Sankalpa. So perhaps you'd like to dedicate this practice to someone in your life today, or maybe you're working on something in your life. Whatever it is, listening for what comes up, and then repeating it to yourself 3 times, planting the seed deep into your awareness. And then we'll begin by chanting the mantra Om together 3 times. Inhale. Om. Om. Bowing your head to your heart, releasing the hands down, lifting the head, reaching down with the fingers as you open up through the eyes for Tadasana. Strong arms, beginning your Ujjayi breath here. Inhale. Exhale. Strong breath. This is a breathing practice. We lead our body around our breath. On your next inhalation, inhale, palms turn up, looking up. Exhale, long spine, unlocking your knees, folding forward. Inhale to lengthen. Exhale, fold. Pull the belly in as you inhale, hands coming back up. Exhale, Tadasana. Again. Inhale, palms turn up, reaching up, looking past your thumbs. Exhale, long spine, bowing forward, Uttanasana. Inhale to lengthen, Ardha Uttanasana. Exhale to fold, Uttanasana. Pull the belly in once more, inhaling, coming all the way up. Exhaling, Tadasana. Once more. Inhale, reach the hands up, shoulders slide down the back. Exhale, lengthening forward. Pull the belly in as you fold into Uttanasana. Inhale to lengthen, Ardha Uttanasana. Exhale to fold, Uttanasana. Pull the belly in, press down through the feet, hands out to the side as you inhale, coming all the way up, shoulders down the back, looking past the thumbs. Exhale to Tadasana. Inhale, both hands up. Left hand holds onto the right wrist and then gently pulls it over to the left side. Right foot crosses over the left foot, shifting your weight onto the right foot. And then let your right hip slide to the left, making a banana shape here. Square your ribs a little bit more, breathing into the whole right side of the body. 5 breaths here. Breathing into your right hip, into the ribs, into the shoulder. 2 more breaths. Inhale, come back up to center, changing sides. Right wrist holds onto left wrist, crossing the left foot over to the right. Pulling your hands over to the right side as you let your left hip drop slightly and move to the left. Breathing into the left hips, into the ribs, into the shoulder. Inhale, come back up to center. Exhale. Coming back to Tadasana. Inhaling, right foot lifts up. Exhaling, stepping back, taking a nice wide stance. Your back foot, your heel is slightly behind the toes. Opening the hands, coming to Virabhadrasana 2, Warrior 2. Front knee is over the ankle. Hugging your ribs in slightly as you drop your tailbone to extend down through that back leg. Arms are strong here. Keep pressing down through the hands. Imagine you have balloons underneath your hands that are trying to float away, and press down, drawing the shoulder blades down, rolling that back hip slightly and keeping that front knee in line with the ankle. 3 more breaths here. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale 4. Inhale. Exhale 5. Inhale, straighten the front leg. Exhale, lengthening forward for Trikonasana. Reaching up through the top hand, and again, hugging the ribs in, pressing down through that back foot, looking straight ahead, looking up at the hand if that feels comfortable on your neck. Isometrically squeezing your legs together. Exhaling 3. Inhale. Exhale 4. Inhale. Exhale 5. Looking down at the ground, press through the back foot, pull the belly in as you inhale, come up. Exhale, bending the front knee, Pardasvakonasana variation. Bring the elbow onto the knee and lifting up out of the elbows. You swing the right hand forward. Keep extending through the back leg, opening up, rolling your ribs up towards the sky. Drop your tailbone a little bit more as you press through that back foot. Breathing deeply. Exhaling 5, looking down at the ground, pull the belly in as you inhale to come all the way up. Hands on your hips. You can heel toe your foot forward or simply come and stand at the front of your mat. Coming back to Tadasana. Other side. Inhale, left foot floats up. Exhaling, taking a nice wide stance back. Heel is slightly behind the toes, bending the front knee, hands coming up. Virabhadrasana 2, other side, Warrior 2. Rolling your inner thigh of the back leg up towards the ceiling. And then coming down a little bit lower. Strong arms. Keep hugging the ribs in. 3 more breaths here. Soften your jaw. Exhaling 4. Inhale. Exhale 5. Inhale to straighten the front leg. Exhale, lengthen forward, find the length and bring the hand down. You can float the hand, you can be up on the fingertips of the shins. Coming into Trikonasana, triangle pose. Hugging the ribs in, long neck, shoulders down the back. Reaching fingertip to fingertip, looking straight ahead or up at the hand. 3 more breaths here. Even here, strong arms. Hugging your back foot to the front foot. Hugging everything into the midline, engaging the legs. Pressing through the back foot, inhale to come all the way up. Exhale, bending the front knee, Pardasvakonasana variation. Bring the elbow onto the knee and lifting up out of the shoulder, reaching the left hand forward. And then from here, press down through the back foot in order to roll the ribs up towards the sky. Bend your front knee a little more. 5 breaths. Long, slow, steady breath. Exhaling 4. Inhale. Exhale 5. Inhale to turn, look down at the ground. Exhale, coming all the way up. Bring your hands onto your hips. And bring your feet, both feet parallel with the short edges of your mat. Hands on the hips as you press down through the hips, lifting up through the chest. Exhaling, folding forward. Bringing your fingertips in line with the toes. And you can be up on the fingertips so there's no weight, or the hands are down. Very lightly resting on the ground as you inhale to lengthen. Exhale and fold forward. So if your head's coming a little closer to the ground, walk your hands back a little bit further. Keep lengthening through the spine. Notice if all the weight has moved to the outsides of the feet. Press down equally on all 4 corners of the feet and isometrically hug your feet together. You should feel this inner thigh working here. 2 more breaths. Inhale to lengthen, light hands here. Hands on hips as you exhale. Inhale, coming all the way up. Exhale, bringing your heels in slightly. Bring your heels in slightly. Hands coming up into Chi Mudra. Inhale here. Exhale, coming to bend. Come sit a little lower, opening at the knees. We're going to hold Goddess pose or Kali pose for 2 breaths here. Inhale. Exhale, come sit a little lower. Inhale. Exhale, bringing your right elbow to your right knee. Inhale and lengthen your left hand towards the right. Keep opening up through the knees as you lift up out of that right shoulder, breathing into the whole left side of the body. Sit a little lower. Hands in Chi Mudra. Exhaling 4. Inhale. Exhale 5. Inhale back to center. Exhale other side. Left elbow on the left knee as you extend and reach through that right arm. Sit a little lower, really sinking into your hips. Perhaps rolling the ribs up towards the ceiling slightly. Exhaling 4. Inhale. Exhale 5. Inhale, coming back. Inhale here, straightening the legs, hands on your hips, bringing both feet so that they're again parallel with the short edges of your mats. Hands come together in prayer, or even fingertips. It's a little less on the wrists here. Still, strong arms, open chest, and bending your left leg. Coming to sink down. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, bending your right knee, sinking the hips down. Inhale, up. Exhale to the left side. Inhale, up. Exhaling to the right side. Inhale, up. Exhaling to the left side, and this time hold. If you're feeling a little more flexible, you can flex your right foot, letting the sit bones come down towards the floor. Otherwise, keep it grounded down onto the floor. Can you lift up a little bit more through the top of the head? 1 more breath. Inhale, coming up. Exhale, other side. Again, keep opening up through the chest, engage through the shoulders. Your left foot can flex, toes coming up, sitting a little lower. Otherwise, keep pressing down equally through all 4 corners of that left foot there. 1 more breath. Inhale and exhale. Inhale up, hands on your hips, turning your right foot parallel with the log edge of your mat and coming to stand at the front of your mat. Tadasana. Bring your hands together in front of your heart into Anjali Mudra, or again, fingertips to fingertips, opening through the chest, engaged arms. Inhale here, exhale, press down through the balls of the feet, lift the heels up off the ground, and then begin to bend your knees, slowly coming down. So some of you might have the heels lift up, mine will, and then opening the knees out to the side. So we can stay here, keep dropping through the tailbone and lifting through the head. Variation is to have the hands on the ground for balance. And if your hands are okay, you can also bring your balled fists underneath the heels in order to rest on it, if that's all right for your wrists. Otherwise, I'm going to stay in this variation here. Keep pressing the heels down as you lift up through the chest, light on the fingertips. Exhaling 3. Inhale. Exhale 4, sinking into your hips. Inhale. Exhale 5. Inhale here once to lengthen. Exhale, drop a little bit more of the weight back onto your heels as you curl forward, walking your hands forward. Forehead comes onto the ground. You can always have something underneath your heels, a rolled up blanket or even a block. Rounding the back. 3 more breaths here. Inhale, exhale 5. Inhale, lifting the head, walking the hands back, bringing the knees together as you slowly start to sit back, coming and preparing for Navasana. So finding your sits bones and then lifting up through the top of the head, shifting your weight back, bringing one foot up and the other foot. Really engage those inner balls of the feet together. Squeeze everything together so you're working everything from the insides of the legs as well. And then press down on the floor to lift up. Reach your hands forward, strong arms, Navasana. Exhaling 2. Inhale. Exhale 3. Inhale. Exhale 4. Inhale. Exhale 5. Hands coming down. Inhale, curling forward through the spine, open up through the chest. And then straight arms coming back. Navasana again. Press down through the floor in order to lift up through the top of the head. Feet coming up. Release through the hands. So you can hold on behind the knees. If there's anything in your lower back, you release the hands. You can also straighten the feet and come into full Navasana. Exhaling 3. Inhale. Exhale 4. Breathe. Hold it. Inhale. Exhale 5. Bending the knees. Curling your spine forward. Lifting up through the chest. Straight arms. Coming back once more. One more Navasana. One more boat pose. Pulling everything together. Reaching through the hands. Soften the shoulders. Look to the left. Look to the right. Relaxing your neck. 2 more breaths. Breathe. Now would be a good time to think about your sankalpa. Why? And exhaling 5. Bringing the feet down. Lifting up through the top of the head, release the hands, and slowly start to roll down by the back, tilting your pelvis, coming down 1 vertebrae at a time. Relax your shoulders, relax your head and your neck. 1 vertebrae at a time. All of the lower back comes down onto the mat, and head onto the mat. Opening your feet as wide as your mat, preparing for Setu Bandhasana, preparing for bridge pose, bending your elbows, fingertips pointing up towards the sky. Strong arms here. So really grounding down through the elbows, the shoulders, and slightly pressing onto the back of the head. Feet are hip distance apart. On your next inhalation, press down in order to lift up. Hips coming up. Isometrically hugging your knees together. Imagine you've got a block between your knees. So everything works the same. Finding this equal action. Fingertips, legs, lengthen through the tailbone slightly. Your glutes are engaged, not clenched. And your neck is never ever on the floor, keeping that natural curve. On your next exhalation, come all the way down. Open your feet as wide as your mat. Let the knees drop together. Right hand on heart, left hand on belly. Breathe in. Breathe out. Breathe in. Breathe out. Placing your hands down by your side, opening your feet, hip distance apart. Once more, Setu Bandhasana again. Inhale, hips up. Maybe rolling the shoulders under slightly, keeping the chin in line with the chest. 5 breaths here. Reaching your fingertips towards the heels. Steady, deep breath. And exhaling, coming all the way down. Opening your feet as wide as your mat. Let the knees drop together. Right hand on heart, left hand on belly. Breathe in. Breathe out. Breathe in. Breathe out. Last time. Bring your hands down by your side, walk your feet in, hip distance apart, reaching your fingertips down towards your heels. On your next inhalation, pressing through all 4 corners of the feet, use your toes, inhale, lifting the hips up. You can clasp your hands if that's all right on your wrists. Otherwise, keep your hands parallel, reaching towards your heels, and perhaps this time rolling your shoulders underneath a little bit. Lifting your chest a little closer towards your chin without dropping your chin to your chest. Isometrically hugging your legs together, glutes are engaged, breathing into the whole front side of the body. 3 more breaths. Inhale here, releasing your hands if you have them. Exhale, rolling down 1 vertebrae at a time. Relax your shoulders 1 vertebrae at a time, until all of the lower back is onto the mat and rolling your hips back to a neutral position. Coming to thread the needle, taking your right flexed foot and bringing it outside of the left knee. Bring both legs up and then hold on either behind the left thigh or in front of the left calf. Your left foot is flexed, your right foot is flexed, and you gently pull the legs towards you. And then press your tailbone down towards the ground a little bit more, maybe even lifting some of your lower back off the floor, and breathe into that hip. So if you know you're a little bit more flexible, to take this deeper, take your right foot and bring the arch of your right foot into the elbow of the left arm. Clasp your hands and then straighten out your left leg, hugging your right leg towards you, keeping it parallel. Breathing into that right hip there, extending through the left leg. Relax your shoulders and your jaw. One more breath. And then if you're in the stronger variation, bend your left knee, place it outside, and bring both feet down, changing sides. Sole of the right foot on the floor, left foot flexes, crosses up and over, bending both knees, thread the needle the other side, clasping either behind the right thigh or in front of the calf. Making sure that your left foot is flexed, Tadasana feet. Hugging the legs towards you as you press your tailbone down towards the ground. Relax your shoulders, relax your jaw. Breathe here. Again, taking the deeper variation if that's in your practice. Bringing the foot inside the elbow, clasping the hands as you straighten out the right leg. Noticing you may have difference on the sides of the hips here. Breathe into that. Notice if your breath has changed. Steady breath. Notice where your mind goes when things get challenging. One more breath here. Bending your right knee, bringing it behind, sliding the foot off, soles of both feet onto the ground. Bringing your feet together. Two variations here. One is to bend your knees, clasp your hands behind your knees, and rock and roll forwards and backwards until you come and sit up. The other is to bring your hands behind you. Feet are either bent or even straightening them out and rolling up. Hands reaching towards the feet, dropping your chin to the chest and slowly rolling up vertebrae by vertebrae. Keeping the shoulders rolling down, coming to sit all the way up. Both legs out in front of you, bending your right knee and crossing it over the left leg, coming for a twist. Marchasana 1, as you inhale, lift up. And then exhaling, hugging that knee into your chest, right hand behind you, and twisting, opening through the right ribs, the shoulders, the chin, maybe looking over the shoulder. If that feels comfortable on your neck. If it doesn't, look straight ahead. Any variation you like with the left arm, you can bind. Breathing along the length of your spine. Inhale back to center, looking forward, straightening out your right leg. Other side, hugging your left knee in, squeezing it in to lift up through the spine. Sole of the left foot comes outside the right leg as you hug that leg towards you, keeping the lift of the spine, hugging it with your right arm. Left hand comes behind you, up on the fingertips, or just hovering the hand, inhaling here to lengthen, exhaling and twisting, opening to the left. Drop down a little bit more through the left sit bone. Ribs, shoulder, head is relaxed. Never any pressure on the neck. Soften your face. One more breath. Inhale back to center, straightening out both legs. Paschimottanasana, as you inhale, lengthen up. Exhale, fold forward, coming to wherever you come onto. Hands can stay on the ground. You can hold on to the outsides of the feet gently. Inhale once more to lengthen through the top of the head, and then exhaling, tilting from the pelvis, folding forward. Dropping your chin to your chest, shoulders sliding down the back. One more breath here. Inhale, lengthening up. Exhale. Coming up, bending your knees, sliding your hips forward, and again rolling down vertebrae by vertebrae, coming to lie down onto your back, preparing for Shavasana. So taking any final movements that perhaps you need before this last pose. Maybe it's a twist, maybe hugging your knees to your chest. So listening to your body and what it needs, and then settling down. Feet are open about as wide as your hips, so that your hips are comfortable. Hands are far enough away from you so that the shoulder blades lie flat on the ground. So finding your Shavasana. And then letting it go. Letting everything go, letting go of your practice. It is now over. It's part of the past. Doing a quick scan of your body and noticing where it is you might still be carrying some tension, maybe even trying to push away from the floor. And soften that. Allowing yourself to relax a little more. Let go a little more. Slowly starting to bring the awareness back. Moving your head, your shoulders, your arms, your fingers, your hips, your legs, your feet. Reaching your hands behind you and stretching through the right side, stretching through the left side. And then bringing your knees to your chest, hugging your knees into your chest. Rolling over onto the right side. Helping yourself come up into a seated position. Coming to sit with a tall spine. Lifting up through the top of the head, shoulders down the back. Bring your hands together in front of your heart center. Pressing your palms gently together and coming back to your sankalpa. Remembering why. Remembering your intention. And again, planting this seed. Repeating it to yourself 3 times. And we'll chant the mantra Om together 1 time, followed by Shanti, Shanti, Shanti Hi, Hari Om. Inhale here. Om. Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Hari Om. Bowing your head to your heart, the spirit in me sees and acknowledges the spirit in you. Thank you.